Greetings and welcome everyone to Mars Warlogs. Mars Warlogs is a cyberpunk RPG set on Mars, believe it or not. And it's pretty neat actually. There are a few problems with it, so I'm going to go over the few negatives first, and then I'm going to talk about the positives later on. So let's get the negatives out of the way. First off, the opening cinematics, like the when you start the game and it's like focus on interactive spider thing, you can't skip them at all. You can press escape, you can left click, you can press space, you can press whatever. It's not going to skip them, so you have to watch them every time you boot up the game, which can get really annoying if you take multiple breaks. I mean, you do have to take a 15-minute break every hour, so I mean, you're going to be seeing it a lot, because this game is actually rather long, or at least it feels like it's going to be rather long. The first, like, level, chapter thing, the tutorial took me 2 hours to beat, so yeah, it's a pretty long game. Okay, second negative, the keyboard controls, the mouse controls, and the gamepad controls, none of them at all can be rebinded. None of them at all. Like, you can't even find an alternate layout for the controls, so you're stuck on WASD. If you want to use ESDF, well, guess what, pal? You're shit out of luck. No ESDF for you. And this isn't necessarily a negative, but it is very odd. If you go new game, I don't care about my autosave. The difficulty level is medium, hard, extreme. You want to play on normal, fine. Hard, go nuts. Extreme, whatever, we don't care. But if you want to play on easy, get the fuck out of here, pal, because you're not allowed. It's just really odd that they wouldn't let you play on easy. I don't understand that. It's just like, why lock out the easy difficulty setting? It's just really weird. Anyway, I'm going to load up the game, and I'll see you in there. Alright, so we're in game now, and graphically, this game is actually very impressive. It looks really nice. It's very pretty. It's got a very nice little art style, and by that I mean brown. It's very brown. It reminds me a lot of Rage and Red Faction Guerrilla. Yeah, Red Faction Guerrilla and Rage put together would probably be this game in terms of graphics. There are some flat textures and stuff like that, but it's not that big of a problem in my opinion. And it is very well optimized as well, and so that's also really cool. And yeah, it's just a pretty neat game. In terms of movements and stuff like that, it works fine with your WASD user. If you use ESDF or the arrow keys or anything, can you use the arrow keys? No, you can't use the arrow keys for movement at all. So yeah, if you use the arrow keys or anything like that, can't do that. Can't move with that. So if you use WASD, it's fine in terms of movement. But yeah, it's a pretty nice controlling game. It's pretty cool. Let's just hop down here. You can skip stuff by clicking right click. And now we're into our first combat area for this video. Now, there are multiple ways you can do combat. The first one is just by spamming left click, and also you can view the stats of them by pressing Q. And now we're going to press orders, and we're going to tell this little guy, Innocence, what to do. We can tell him to attack the same target as us, or just go to the nearest ranged enemy, or focus on defense and stuff like that. So there we go. Oh, you saw that right there, that little slowdown. That means it was a critical hit, and that will deal massive damage. Okay, so after attacking them repeatedly, they should start blocking their attacks. Okay, there we go, see? So now you have to press Control or F in order to break their guard, and then attack them, and then that will allow you to deal damage. Okay, there we go. Now we're low on health, so we want to press 3, which will give us some more health, and then that will start the regeneration process. You can get your health back up by finding your health potion and putting it on your keys 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's really odd that they would limit you to 1, 2, 3, or 4, rather than having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and all that. So it's a bit odd, but it's fine. There is also nail guns that you can use. You can find them, then you can press middle mouse, lock on, and then you can just fire it by pressing the assigned key. It's not overpowered at all, and it's pretty useful. It's basically just like magic, except with a gun form. There is also actually kind of a magic. See here, this is energy shield. It uses up fluids, according to the game. It's a bit of an odd name to call your magic system, fluids, but whatever. I'm down with that. So every time you use your fluids, it will take up. It'll use your magic and stuff like that. So you can get neat little stuff. So if you want to use your, say, weapon charge, it will cost 30 fluids, and you can tell how many fluids you have in the top left corner. The bar underneath the red one that is your fluid counter, and the red one is your health, and the yellow is your XP bar. So it's pretty simple stuff, very straightforward. There is also looting, as you saw here. There you can scavenge stuff like leather, scrap metal, and that is used for crafting. You can actually craft, which is really cool. So you see here, you got a weapon here, you got some statistics, and you can upgrade it. So you can say select the tip, and then maybe upgrade it to a hammerhead, increase its damage and physical damage reduction, that kind of stuff. There's also outfits you can wear, upgrade those as well. There's just a lot of stuff that you can do, and I really like how there's actually a visual change in terms of the item that you're upgrading, so you do actually see the progression. It's just not statistical, it's also a visual progression, which is really nice. I like that a lot. There we go, just skip that. I really like the fact that you can skip those. Like, if you don't want to watch it, you can just press left click to activate it, then right click to skip it. It's very nice. So now let's press tab to see where we are heading, and we actually need to go back this way. Okay, so you can see in the little marked area at the top right, that is where we need to head. So we can just go over there by walking close to there. It's very simple stuff. You know how a map works, I'm sure.
Still here. We're almost there anyway. The store is just a little farther on the left.
Okay, so in terms of story, we are just heading to this guy's parents' place because we escaped from a prison, and now we are just trying to, start a rebellion against some evil dudes. In terms of story, it's really nice. I'm not that far in at all. I think, yeah, like I said earlier on in the video, I've only just recently beaten the tutorial, which lasted for fucking ever. 2 hours, a ridiculously long tutorial. Anyway, cutscene.
Innocence, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but we gotta go. Pretty obvious we're not safe here, especially if they're watching the house. Come on.
Roy. My parents are dead, aren't they?
As you can tell here, the voice acting is a bit odd. Same goes for the lip syncing. It's not really, like, in sync. It's just a bit weird. Like, they'll say a vowel, like A, but their mouth will say like the O vowel, and it's just like, wait, what a second, wait, what? It's just a bit odd. Okay, so now we also have a dialogue tree here, so when you talk to someone, you can just pick what dialogue you want to say, and now this actually will impact the narrative of the game. So if you say something like, hey, Innocence, that's the guy's name, by the way, you're a fuckhead, well, then he'll be really offended by that. He'll be like, I'm a fuckhead? And then he'll try to become less of a fuckhead as the game progresses. But if you say, you're a nice guy, he's going to be like, yeah, thank you, man, I'm a nice guy. And then he'll just continue being a nice guy. So now, yeah, now snap out of it.
They must have been arrested, and they're probably dead by now. Yeah. And if you don't want to join them, we gotta get going now.
You're right. Let's go.
You there! You're under arrest! Stop right there!
Okay, this is more combat, basically. Now, I suppose now would be a good time to actually show off more of the fluids. So let's use the weapon charge. After we activate it like that, it will take our fluids, and then it will increase the amount of damage that our weapon does. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now you can hear this little beeping sound whenever your fluid attack is about to run out. So you can tell when your energy, like your special ability, needs to be redone. Okay, well, I need to get out of here real quick so I can use my health potion. There we go. Oh shit, he's trying to shoot me with his nail gun. You piece of shit. How dare you? There we go. Nice crit. Oh, sweet. Now let's use another weapon charge. There we go. Now if you get hit during the process of the animation, it won't count. This is gonna be bad. Okay, I need to just roll away from here. Nope. Okay, yeah. Rolling is actually a really good idea. Rolling around at the speed of sound, man, that is the best idea. Okay, there we go. Now it's time for a weapon charge. Yeah, so if you get attacked during the animation, it won't take any of your fluids and it won't activate. So you need to make sure that you're in a safe enough spot when you use it, so otherwise you won't get any of the benefits. Oh, come on. There we go. No, that is way too close. I need to find a corner to use my little healing thing. There we go. yeah, so in terms of combat, it's very nice. It reminds me a lot of The Witcher 2 in terms of animations and just how it works. Like, instead of magic, you've got your little spells, which is called Technomants, I believe. And instead of just like a sword and shit, you've got like a hammer and a broken piece of wood and stuff like that. So it's very cool, very nice. And if anything controls like The Witcher 2, you know, like I am in love, because I love The Witcher 2's combat. It was amazing. It did have some problems with like the whole animations being repeated and you're not really being able to tell which animations are what, and this game also has those same problems. Like there's the, hold on, let me just, no, don't search him, damn it. Okay, yeah, let me pull out my weapon. So you can see here, like when you press the guard break, you'll occasionally like elbow them, but then other times you'll kick them, and there's no way to tell when he'll perform what action. So there is this weird like try and guess which action he's going to perform, because otherwise if you don't guess correctly, then you'll end up dying, and it's just like, oh, it's ridiculous. It's not very fun. Like, there's also certain jabs he'll do with this weapon. Like, you see how he's just taking these big swings. That's all fine and dandy if it was just that and it was the exact same speed always. But then other times he'll just do a quick jab, and like certain times I would like to do a quick jab, but most of the time he does the long attack. So you pretty much have no idea what this guy is going to do. He's just insane in terms of his attacks. So if there was like more transparency in being able to tell what attack you're going to be doing and when and how it's done, that would be better. But as of right now, it's just like, well, time to play the combat roulette, try and figure out if he's going to do a quick jab or a heavy attack, or if he's going to do a kick, or he's going to elbow them. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now, you saw here I was pressing E to finish these guys off. Basically, he'll use a serum extractor, which I'm not 100% sure how it works, but basically, it'll give you their serum, which is used as currency. So, it's pretty weird if you think about it, because it's like, it's taking their blood or something like that, and it's just like, you're using their blood as currency, and it's a bit weird. Okay, and there are also surprisingly large amount of invisible walls. Like, it's not uncommon to try and just, you know, run away from an enemy, fight and get like a tactical advantage by going up on a specific area, and then you being like, oh wait, hold on, there's an invisible wall there, so I can't do that at all. And so that is really annoying. You can't even go up here. Like, there's no reason for me to go up here, but it would be nice if I could. It would just be a nice little thing. Like, there's no point of it, but the fact that I can't is really annoying. Now, let's get over here. Now, let's try and find... Oh, hold on. Oh, no, those aren't bad guys. Okay, yeah, you can stealth, which will, I believe, will just give you an instant critical hit if you sneak up on them and then attack them. It'll give you a crit hit. It'll slow down time and make you deal massive damage and stuff like that. So, where are we headed? No idea. Let's just continue running forward. Oh, so here are the guards. Now, if we manage to sneak up on them without alerting them, we'll be able to deal a critical hit. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, nope, I fucking alerted them. Great. Okay, can I go up here? No, you see, look at this. Like, you can't even go up here in order to get, like, a tactical advantage. There's no way to do it. It's pretty weird how they'll just stop you from getting up here. Look at that. I'm just rolling against it for no real reason. It's weird. Now, there are different enemies that you can fight, like this dog here. This dog can only be damaged from behind, and that means you have to plan your tactics out, because if you just attack him in the front, then it will not work. And could you guys just please hurry up and kill me so I can redo the stealth section? Thank you. Alright, now let's just try and do that stealth bit again. There we go. So you can see there that you can do a little stealth attack. You can slow motion attack them and such, which will give you a tactical advantage and such. So it's good to start off the match, or the fight, with a sneak attack, because that way it'll become easier for you to beat them down and stuff like that. And I'm out of ammo for the nail gun, which is great. Okay, there we go, and they're all taken out. So yes, you can see here that the dogs aren't that much of a challenge. You just want to make sure you hit them from the sides or in the back, because if you attack them from the front, it won't deal any damage at all. And that's a bit of a problem there. Like you saw there, I was going to deal a critical hit. It did the slow motion thing and all, but I didn't end up dealing any damage. So it was a bit odd that it would slow down time to show me ended up doing no damage. So that is really odd. Like, you can also get that for, like, guard breaks, which deal no damage at all. So it's a bit weird that they would slow down time to show me dealing no damage when, like, the whole point of a critical hit is basically, you dealt massive damage, isn't that amazing? So it's like, I didn't deal massive damage. There's nothing amazing going on. It's just kind of weird that you would show me slowing down time just for no real point. Now, here's another problem that I have. It's a nitpick, really. So, this is just my personal preference, that he crouches down to pick up ammunition, and then he picks it up. That is it's a nitpick of mine, that I don't think the animation is really that necessary, and it does take a while for him to crouch down and then pick it up and then click OK. Like, I know it's a minor thing, and it's just, like, I feel like you do that a lot in this game. You do a lot of crouching, do a lot of searching, so it adds in a lot of time to the game. So it's like, after like 20 minutes of gameplay, you'll have crouched down and searched a guy. Like, that would have taken up like at least like a minute of that 20 minutes. So you've pretty much wasted a minute that you'll never get back just from watching the same animation play where he goes to crouch down. There's just so much crouching in this game. Like, everywhere you turn, there's a new thing for you to crouch down and pick up, and it's just like, it would be so much easier if it just popped up with what you found, rather than him crouching down and showing off that he can actually crouch. Oh my goodness, it's just like, please just skip it over. Skip it, please. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it's a nitpick. It's a big nitpick, so I apologize. Okay, yeah, aside from that, though, the game is really good, very fun. I like the combat. The story is a bit odd. Basically, there are people oppressing you, there's technomancers, there's water supply problems and stuff like that. So I haven't really been following that much of the story, but so far it seems really cool. The main problem, though, is the voice acting. The voice actors don't really deliver their lines with any real oomph or, like, amazement. It's just kind of like they're reading off a grocery list. They're like, watch out, I'm gonna get you, I will have my vengeance. It's like, wait, hold on a second, you should be sounding a lot more serious when you're talking about getting vengeance because I killed, like, your lover. But no, they're just like, I will get my vengeance soon enough. It's like, wait, it's just really odd that they would do that. No, let's quickly heal me. Like, it's not like, I will get my vengeance. No, they don't even do it, like, overly dramatic. No, it's just, gonna get my vengeance, 2 cups of revenge, you know, stuff like that. It's just, I don't understand the point as to, like, it's just, I wish that they had gotten better voice actors that would get me more invested in the story than, like, I currently am. And it's just, it's a bit odd, is what I'm trying to say, that they would just, the voice actors really let down the story. Like, the writing, I'm sure, is great, but just the voice actors read it with such boring lines. It's just like, ugh, please, I don't care. Alright, let's search, let's crouch down some more, there we go. There, you know, you can talk to Innocence at any given time, and you can interact with him in combat like I've shown before, but I just really don't see the purpose. Like, you give him a basic order, and then he will, yeah, just act like that. I believe you can get multiple more players as well, or squad mates, so it will, like, get more complicated as you go on. In terms of, like, giving orders, having stuff basically being, like, squad management and stuff like that, so yeah, that will be pretty cool. Oh, nail gun ammo, sweet. That's nice. Now we can start it off with a nice little bit of action. So, oh, we're almost leveled up. That's cool. Okay, let's require the target. Have that. Didn't see it coming. I'm a bit surprised that I didn't get a stealth bonus for that, since it was automatically like a stealth. It was like a stealth thing. Like, they didn't see my bullets coming to them. Also, rolling is so damn powerful. There's skills you can get to increase your roll distance. You can make it so that when you roll, you get, like, crits pretty much, like, a lot more often. So, rolling will give you invincibility frames. It will give you more crits more often. So, it's like, why am I not going to be rolling around? Like, look at this. This looks ridiculous, but it's the best way of doing it. You can block, you can parry attacks, but why would you want to do that when you can just freaking, you know, just roll around at the speed of sound? It is pretty ridiculous. Now, this little bubble shield type of thing, this is pretty much Quen from Witcher 2. There's a lot of similar, like, movements in this game that are like the Witcher 2. So, yeah, it's pretty much just the Witcher 2 combat put into this game. So, that's a neato, I suppose. Now, you do get to level up. There is a huge skill tree that you can choose from. Like, look at all this crap, so much crap. I've been specializing in combat and a little bit of technomancy. Technomancy is basically your magic, so I'm going to be doing that. So let's go over here. Let's see what we got here. We've got skill, we've got combat trance, which allows us to move faster, and I suppose I'll also do this over here. Stable shield, empowering fluid. Sure, let's do that. That sounds neato. So now we have just used all of our points, and that is it. Every new level, I believe you get 2 points for you to spend, and for feats, this is basically you do a special ability, and then you also spend your points on getting it. So say like you scavenged like 17 items, you would unlock a special scavenge ability type of thing that you can purchase, and that'll give you like a better chance of finding more gear when you scavenge and that kind of stuff. It's very neat.
Get them!
So the cinematics are very nice, but yeah, like I said, the voice acting is what lets it down. The "get them," as you saw, or heard rather, isn't very intimidating or amazing.
Are you Tenacity? The bounty hunter?
That's me.
I have a contract for you. A man we want to find.
And consider it done. What's his name?
His name's Temperance, but he calls us Overroy. He refuses to join us. He's a renegade. You must be careful. It's said that he's armed.
Armed? You think I usually go after Boy Scouts? Anyway, I know this Roy. I didn't know he was a renegade. We even worked together back in the day. Tough guy. I mean, it's gonna cost you.
Name your price. We can't let this man walk free. And if he dies, we'll only be grateful.
Alright, I'll be back with his body in a bit. Now get out of here. Your stench is pissing my dog off.
Did you see the lip syncing for that? Like, they weren't even trying there, it looked like. They were just like, her, just move their lips around a little bit, it'll be fine, no one will care. It's just weird. And the voice acting as well, it's just like, that guy slurred his words so much. He's like, his name's Tennessee, he's Renegade Jail Roy. Like, wait, what are you even saying? It's very odd. But yes, this has been Mars Warlogs. I hope you enjoyed it. And, by the way, I am actually curious. Would you like to see me do a Let's Play, or a playthrough, or a walkthrough, or whatever it's called these days, on this game? I really like it, so I am curious if you would like me to play through this game and, you know, comment on it further, and, you know, just basically give you a further opinion on it and why I think of it, because I feel like this game has a lot of stuff in it, and that at first impressions won't do it justice, and that I should do a more in-depth sort of opinion series through form of Let's Play. So would you like that? Tell me if you would like that or not, because I'm genuinely curious. Okay, so yeah, GG everyone.